Hey, gardeners, it's Cubicle of Vez with Eve's Garden Podcast.
And I'm Janique.
Lady D.
And Sistah Shay.
Today, ladies, we are going to discuss something that's very serious in the Black community and among women in the Black community. So before I say what we're going to talk about, we're going to promise we're going to love each other.
We love each other.
Afterwards.
I'll try.
You'll try?
Wow.
I'm going to let, we're going to discuss colorism.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so I'm going to let Sistah Shay take it away with the definition.
Okay, according to the dictionary, colorism is a prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group.
Yeah, That's deep. That's deep, and it's a serious topic. We all have, at least I can speak for myself, I've experienced colorism. Although I do not see myself as light-skinned, I'm going to say it again. I do not see myself as light skinned. I am caramel. I passed the brown bag test. I don't care what none of y'all say. Or none of y'all. I am brown. Okay? I'm the darkest one in my family out of my parents' children.
That's
so in
true.
my eyes, I am brown.
But you would still be in the house, though. I would be in the field.
Oh,
I'd rather be in the field. I'd rather be in the field.
Yeah, but then you be begging for water. I gotta beg you for water. I gotta beg for
You
everything.
gotta beg me
I gotta
for water.
tell you, I gotta go to the bathroom. You know,
I'd rather
I don't
be
like
in
you,
the
house
field.
Negroes. I don't.
I'm not a house one. I'm brown.
Well, yeah.
I'm in the shed. I'm not in the
You're
house.
closer
I ain't
to
in
the house than
I'm
me.
in the shed.
Okay.
I'm in the shed. Okay. So anyway, I know I experienced it growing up with, even though I see myself as brown, I experienced it with darker skinned girls. And a lot of us, we always hear dark skinned girls, such as like Lady D say, light skinned girls gave me problems. They talked about me. They made me feel bad. But you don't hear the reverse side of the bullying that the light skinned girl went through.
So they could be just as racist as the dark skinned one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's intimidation.
Yes.
Because I think that everybody has been a victim of colorism, either being rude to somebody or having someone be rude to you. And I think it's all rooted in your first experience as whatever your skin tone is. For example, I know I've made a face at somebody that was darker skinned, but I also feel like every time I go somewhere, I am like glared down and eyes rolled. So I think that we've all done it, but I just think it's really about going forward, how you change it.
Yeah, how to change it. You change it by talking about it. Like
And being
real
open.
conversations, like real talk. That's the only way you could change anything. You sit down and you talk about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of triggers for me have been, I'm going to say all girls, all type of girls, but mainly I got a lot from darker skinned girls. You think you cute.
Yep.
You even I'm Afro-Latina, they feel, oh, you Spanish. You from New York. You know, you think whatever, you got an accent. And it was just automatic hate. Like I even had first day of school, my first day, I believe 9th grade. The first day, I just sat in the library the whole day. They didn't have my schedule. So why does anybody have a beef with me? I stayed in the library the whole damn day. So second day, I come to school. I got my schedule. I go in class. Some dude that, I was in school with at the time was like, yo, I just want to give you a heads up. This girl and these girls, they want to jump you. Jump me? What did I do? I just got here.
Then you
I don't know nobody. Just got here. Just moved here. For what? Jump here for what? And he said, he was like, they all wore the same color clothes. They all had on white. It was 4 girls. They had on white T-shirts and like those red cross color jeans. They all had the same out. They had Let's Jump Cuba Day outfit on.
Wow.
That's what they did. They had a Let's Jump Cuba Day outfit. You know what I mean? And like, you want to fight me for what? I've done nothing. Like, you don't even know my name. I just got here. So, or a lot of triggers are, for me, fighting wise, I had to fight. I had to fight, because of coming up to me, looking at me crazy, talking about me, don't know anything about me. And I had to fight. And so when certain things happen, I basically go right back to that. I go, and I'm a girl's girl. Some women are like, oh, I only like guys, only deal with guys. You hear a lot of attractive women say that they only deal with guys because girls gave them such a hard time.
Right.
And that is true. But I choose and still chose to be a girl's girl. Although I had guy friends, I like it better
with your
being
girls.
with the girls. Being with, and I could have adopted that same mentality, or only deal with dudes, only deal with guys because women they don't treat me right. I never took those bad experiences and said I don't fuck with women.
Right.
I don't fuck with black women, dark skin, light skin, at all. I never did that. I never did that. So you being a darker skinned sister, Lady D.
Well, unfortunately, mine started in the household. I'm putting my disclaimer in now.
Okay.
Eventually, if you look at it, you know who I'm talking about. I don't care. My sister-in-law.
Okay.
My brothers, they were in the military, 2 of them. And unfortunately, I had to go live with the brother I didn't really care for.
Okay.
He'd married into already having children with his own kids. His wife, who's probably about my complexion, her kids are much lighter. Well, one of her daughters are lighter.
Okay.
His other daughter might be a shade darker than me. So me and her are the darker ones.
Now, are you the same age as the girls?
We're not bigger age gap.
Okay.
Probably 2 or 3 years difference.
Okay.
So we all together.
Grew up together.
She would have this thing where, oh, my daughter's the prettiest one, so she gets to pick out the outfit first. And this is how her hair is going to be. And you guys get the leftovers.
Oh, no.
So, unfortunately, my experience started at home.
Home, yeah.
Do I take it out when I go out in public? Don't get me wrong. It's been times where I will look at somebody and be like, what the hell? And yes, we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
But do I do it? Do we do it on a regular? No. So.
I think it starts with, a lot of it started with, like you had said a little while ago, I would be in the house. It started with separating us by color. We know that, and that just trickled on down generation after generation.
That's right.
And then they also separated us with religion, status.
That's right.
Who has more money?
Yes.
Your hood, I'm not.
Exactly. I get called a white girl. Like, if you speak correct grammar, pronunciate your words,
you think you're better than everybody.
I've always got you bougie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I want to fight you. I want to fight you.
Right.
You
Like, that's a
cute.
compliment.
You're a pretty light skinned girl. What? How does that work?
It doesn't.
Like, I can remember a similar story when I first, it may have been like I was going into like 6th grade, and we moved from Stone Mountain to over by where Freedom Middle School is. And I'm not going to say I was sheltered, but I just never had to really fight, you know. And when I moved there, I didn't know anybody, just like you. I moved in like on a Saturday, and it was the middle of the school year, so I had to start school. And it was me and this other girl named Diamond. And she was darker than you, but she was from Jersey, and I was from Jersey. And I was like the only person that I would talk to.
Right.
And then there were these other girls, and they were light skinned, y'all. They were light skinned. And I remember that they started picking on Diamond, you know, and then that was my friend. And that was my friend. So it kind of became, well, if we're together, then I'm going to talk about you and her.
Right.
And I can remember my mom pulling up to the bus stop.
That's right.
Which one of you bitches want to fight my daughter? You're not gonna jump her, but she will fight you. Now, y'all, I'm getting off the bus. What are you doing, Mom? I don't even know. But I'm about to whoop your ass though, because my mama said so, and I'm about to do it.
Yep.
But they
They
used to call her Blackie or black names, and then they would call me, like, you stuck up, you this, you that, and we never knew these girls. Like, we never had an introduction.
That was your introduction.
That was the introduction. And then when I actually, after my mom did that, me and one person got really close, and she told me they didn't like you because you were they thought you were pretty and had long hair.
But that's always the case. That's always the case, unfortunately. That's the truth of it.
And then you take that, but then you internalize that, and then you be ugly to the people who make you feel like that.
Yeah.
I was never friends with that girl. Her name is Selena.
Look at the camera.
Selena.
We don't know.
Really, all of that started from the Willie Lynch doctrine. You know, this white man came to Virginia and wanted to teach everybody, all the other white slave owners, how to keep their Negroes in check. Because we started getting wiser and they want to know how we can keep people slaves. So the Willie Lynch said the light skin against the dark skin against the light skin, and older people against the younger people. So you have residue. That's the residue that we're seeing now. And it's like generations later.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really, really bad.
It is.
Wow.
It's really bad.
It's really
I worked as a case manager a few years ago, before the maid part. And it was an office full of Black people. I can honestly say at that time, I never wanted to work with Black people again. I would rather work with people that have the hoods, you know, the ones that wear the white hoods.
Right.
I would rather work in the whole office of people who wear the hoods than to work with Black people ever again.
Why?
It was so bad.
Wow.
You know, I want a window. Why her office has a window? I want a window. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Come on.
What does it matter?
Oh, you want my job? No, I don't. I'm just giving you an idea because I'm a marketing major.
Right.
Let me give you an idea. No, I don't want your job.
Yeah.
You know, it was really so petty. I mean, I never, ever, you know, I've changed since because it was a sisterhood.
That's right.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to try it again. But after that, I was like, I never want to work.
It's almost like how I feel like doing business with Black people. That's really all I want to do business with.
Right.
So do I.
Yep. I want to buy Black. I want to invest in Black. I want to, you know, but then there's times that you do business with only Black and then you're like, damn it, man.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, like, damn, like they just show they ass.
That's true.
You know, and it makes you revert back to, well, I'm only going to deal with white people.
Right.
Like white is right, and it's not, because there are...
They're crooked too.
Right. They exactly. And, you know, there are plenty of Black businesses that are professional.
Right.
So I don't want to get, just like I didn't judge all Black women on how the way I grew up. You know, just I'm not going to judge all Black businesses or business owners the same way, because there's good ones out there just like there's bad. You know, but at least when I'm dealing with my people, at least I know what I'm dealing with, because the difference with that with white people, what they do is they will smile in your face and they're conniving behind your back, you know, and at least with my people, I know what I'm getting.
Right.
You know, I know what I'm getting. You know, they working with white people, they can be racist, but they'll smile in your face because you're bringing money in.
That's true.
But then behind your back, they calling you all kind of names, and you know what I mean? And that, you don't know who you're dealing with. You think they cool.
That's right.
No, they're not. You know what I mean? So at least I know what I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with mine.
And you know, at least that money will go back into our community,
Right.
as opposed to going over to theirs and them giving us a little percentage of that revenue. You know, so
you know. And another thing is, like, with my daughter, I have a dark skinned daughter. And I've always wanted a dark skinned daughter. I always wanted like chocolate kids, period, boy or girl. And I was like, oh, I just want to have a chocolate little girl, but it looks like me. And I got it. I got what I wanted. But I remember, like, with certain family members, you know, on my husband's side of the family, they will get her like white dolls and stuff.
Girl,
no,
my
we don't do that over
my
here.
mama do not play about white.
We don't do that over here. Me and my
Mm-hmm.
husband don't do that. Don't subscribe to that. We wanted to make sure she got dolls that looked like her. Okay, I know you guys have seen the black doll test.
Oh yeah,
You know, where they put a group of black kids and white kids together, and they said which one's the bad doll. White and black picked up the black. Which one's the ugly doll? White and black picked up the black doll. You know what I mean? So I always wanted to make sure that my daughter had dolls that looked like her, I'm teaching her and instilling in her that what she looks like is beautiful.
Question. What happens if she has that instilled in her and she runs into somebody that don't? What do you do? You know, what do you do if she knows that she's proud of her color and she runs into somebody that didn't have that healthy...
What I will hope is, and she told me this has happened, that like, okay, with her hair texture, she has wavy hair, she has curly hair, right? That's the Cuban coming out in her, right? She's chocolate, but she has this wavy hair. Now, they'll say to her, oh, you're so pretty to be dark skinned. Oh, you have pretty hair. You know, you got that good hair. What my daughter says is, no, good hair is healthy hair and growing hair.
Ooh,
has nothing to do with your texture. So, same thing with color. You know what I mean? Because with me and her father instilling her, then hopefully she can help that child that don't have that. You know, that wasn't instilled in them. You know? And wake them up a little bit to be happy with what they look like. But yeah, so I had an argument with a family member because I had said that I didn't want her to have white dolls. I don't want to have white dolls. For what? All right, you can have one white doll, one white Barbie doll to go into a little bunch of dolls you want to, you know, play with. Have one little Barbie, one little white girl in there. That's fine. But to keep buying only white dolls, I'm showing her that this is what you're supposed to look like. Right. This is what society says is beautiful. That's what white mainstream America has done. For us to thrive and strive to look like that. That's not our gorgeous. That's not our pretty. So if that's what's in magazines and on TV and that doesn't look like me or my child, I'm going to show her. Right. I'm going to show her what it should be. That's true. You know, what beauty is and, you know, for her. Not no white, blonde-headed, blue-eyed girl. No, she don't see herself in that. I don't see myself in that. You know, that's what the powers of that be want you to believe and strive for. You know what I mean? Look what we do. We permed our hair.
Right.
We did.
We bleaching our skins in Jamaica and Africa because and even in Cuba because they're saying the lighter skin workers there get the better jobs than the dark skinned workers there. And I've seen it. Like when I go home and visit in Cuba, I see it. You know, like for the waitresses, waiters, anybody that deals with
the front line,
the front people or tourists or whatever, they're the white looking Cubans or mulata looking Cubans, which is like me. They're not the darker Cubans, you know, and I've seen it. I've seen it. The dark skinned workers, they're in the kitchen. They're cooking, right? Yeah. You know, but if you're dealing with the public, they're lighter. They're the lighter Cubans for sure.
Well, my daughter is 3, and she is Black, Mexican, and Samoan. So she has black dolls. Of course, she has Moana. She got every doll but a white doll. She can have Mulan. She can have Belle.
That's right.
She can have Tiana.
Ariel, not Ariel.
Yeah, she can have Ariel. Okay. Yeah, because she underwater. That's a mythical creature. You know what I'm saying? I like Ariel.
Ariel underwater, so she can have her.
She's a different breed.
But there's this white entertainer. Her name is JoJo Siwa. She wears this big bow.
Yeah, I know.
My child was in the winter talking about, I'm JoJo Siwa. No, you're not. No, you're not, because you don't look like her.
Yeah.
You don't look like her. And I tell her, I was like, so you are Black, you are Spanish, and you're Samoan. You have brown skin. Girl, that child looked at me and said, I'm chocolate. Damn it, yes you are.
That's right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with you thinking that like only children like JoJo Siwa. I'm gonna put on Lele. Okay, that's who I'm doing. The little black girl who coming up. Now my child don't like that. She want them big balls and she want to dance. It's girly. Yeah. And that's fine. I'm not gonna tell her she can't watch JoJo Siwa because she a white girl.
Right.
But we are gonna discuss this.
Yeah.
You don't look like her, ma'am, and you never will.
Yeah.
In fact, you cuter than her, Jack.
That's right.
Amen to that.
And I think that's another thing, because I will say that I feel like colorism is getting better. Like I feel like people are trying.
Talking about it.
They're
now.
talking about it.
Right.
And I just realized like all my friends, all my good friends, they're dark skinned.
Yeah.
I love them.
They
Me
look,
too.
don't they
Me
look
too.
red?
They
like
look
your
like
skin, girl.
fucking
Yeah.
Yes,
It
y'all
is.
got
gourmet
that
coffee,
glow.
girl.
Yes.
Gourmet coffee.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah,
they
y'all
are
got that
gorgeous.
glow. Y'all just got. I'm
Right.
telling you, y'all look
Like my
red.
best friend Alexis, her
I
skin.
stay in the sun. I
Her
try to lay
skin
out and get
shines.
brown.
That's right.
I want
I
my
try.
skin. I feel like
Yeah.
my best friend Alexis, she is dark. And her skin shines, bro. Like
My daughter
naturally.
natural.
Just I got
Yep.
to put some bronze on me, honey.
Some bronzer,
right, you know,
some
and I'm trying to be
Jergens
funny.
glow.
Light skin folk don't be putting on lotion for real, so we don't be that glowed up.
I ain't light skin.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm just saying.
I'm is okay. I got a tan though. Right now I'm brown. You
Yeah,
know?
you
the hell
do.
up.
I do.
We need a flag on you. Shut up. Be
Flag
quiet.
on the plate.
Hit me.
No.
Hit me.
No.
Bitch.
Get him. Get him.
I got a tan and therefore I am brown.
That's right.
You see
Don't
that?
let nobody tell you not.
You see that? I will show you where.
Right.
Oh, there
Where
it
to
is. You
stop
see that?
at.
Y'all see where that different light is? I've been working out in the park
you
all
are
summer.
darker.
Thank you.
Yeah, she got a tan.
Oh, don't worry. Wait till January.
Come
I'm
on
gonna be a
over.
little
Yeah, I'll
gold.
be a little lighter in the summer. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
so
real
you'll be
light
back
and
to normal?
it's about to revert back. I'm
Yeah.
about to be real pale.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Not me.
But do you notice that a lot of people today are going natural? They're
I love
doing
it.
the lips.
I love
They're doing the butt injections. They're doing all of that stuff.
Oh,
wait,
you're
well.
saying, wait, go back. You said
Not
not
natural.
natural. Not natural.
Not natural.
Okay. You said
Not natural.
Superficial.
But yeah, right.
To
But
look like us.
to look like us now instead
Yeah.
of us looking like them.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
the day, my day, we used to always
Straighten
want
the
to straighten the
hair.
hair. We had to have the
The
straighten hair.
blonde.
We had to have the color.
Oh, the
'cause I did the honey
contacts.
blonde before.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all those colors before. But now it's like everybody's reverting
Yeah.
back to
They are,
the
and I love
natural.
it. I
Yes.
love it.
Even
yeah.
the Caucasian people are trying.
Right.
They
The
trying.
things, the crazy thing is that the exact things that they
Yeah.
talk about, us and
Criticize
dog
about.
criticize
They're doing it.
is what they getting.
Yeah.
Full lips, big lip, you know, got jokes,
That's
but
right.
you in getting yours injected.
Right.
That's right.
You're, you know what I'm saying, you laying in tanning salons and then
To darken your skin.
to darken your skin.
Exactly.
Looking orange. You know? You're getting what's that? Body transfer or implant.
Fat
injections.
Taking it from one place and putting it in the
and
other.
they butt, and you know, when we was just dogged, when black women were dogged for they have them
Too
big
much.
butts, you know. But look what you're getting now. It's just crazy how. But what I like is that black women are embracing,
Yeah.
themselves.
That's right.
And
you know what I
others.
mean? There you go. Right. Well, I got braids now, but I'm natural.
She's natural. She got long hair too. I don't know
This-
why people.
This is a
hair.
wig. Nope. Under there is
But
some
she's
natural
natural.
stuff.
She's
Yeah,
natural
girl,
too.
some curls under there.
Yeah.
Maybe some struggle braids right now, but that, you know,
Right, but
I
you're
can wear that
natural.
thing out and it ain't no perm. I don't need a perm.
That's right.
I don't do
Amen.
perms.
And we're like, damn,
Amen.
my hair ain't so damn bad.
That's right.
Right.
You remember
Right.
back? I remember getting a perm every 6 weeks.
I used to hate it.
And I don't even think it worked on my hair.
I feel a little wave, a little
Right.
crinkle.
Let me go get that crack.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
You
right.
know, and you let your hair grow natural. You're like, okay, it's not
It's not as bad as what I
Not
thought
that
it
bad.
was.
Not so bad, you know? So another thing that I want to talk about is how we speak to each other
Yeah.
as black women. How we speak to each other in the sense of if I would have been white, or if you have been white, that they would another black woman would have
Wouldn't have
spoken
said.
to you that way, especially in a professional setting.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna give a story. Just recently, I had to go to my doctor's office. I had to go actually to the dentist, and I went to the dentist to go pick something up that I already had paid for. Right, paid for it. I got a call. It's ready. Come pick it up. So I go pick it up. I get in there. I'm thinking I'm gonna be in and out. I get to the receptionist and I'm like, yeah, I'm here. She knows my name already. I never saw, but I guess she remembered me.
Remember you. Okay.
And she does me like this. I gotta adjust for this. She goes, the doctor ain't here.
Uh-oh.
Like, what you here for?
Not no
The doctor ain't here
ma'am.
today. And I was like, I don't give a goddamn. Who's here? I'm here to pick it up. I got a call that whatever's ready. I'm here to pick it up.
Right.
It's mine. So she was like, well, hold on a minute. How do you know that I don't want to pick it up and go take it somewhere
Somewhere else.
to get,
Right.
and get, you know what I'm saying, whatever I had to get done too? How do you know? that I don't want to get this procedure done here. I want to go somewhere else. So, hold on. So she makes a call. So while she's calling, I go in the parking lot. I go get my husband. I'm like, I might be here for a minute. Let's wait. So we're waiting. And I see her on the phone, y'all. And she goes, she's up here and she got a smart ass mouth.
Ooh.
Wait, so another coworker?
Over the phone. Mm-hmm. She made the call to the girl that I said called
you.
Me.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting in the waiting area, and I'm only from the distance where you are to maybe where Shay is.
So you can hear her clearly.
Mm-mm. And I guess she thinks I'm so wrapped up into my conversation with my husband that I don't hear her. But I'm ear hustling because I'm here to pick my shit up. Mm-hmm. So she goes, yeah, she got a smart ass mouth. Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I told my husband, hold on. He's like, oh.
He already knew it was going to A to Z.
So, but you know what, y'all? I'm proud of myself. I handled it
very
right.
good.
Okay.
I didn't, and I told her what I normally would have done, in as a reaction. But I didn't. And nevertheless, I go up to her and I'm like, you on the phone with old girl? Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah. So I know you're definitely, when you saying she got smart, like you talk about me.
Right.
So she puts the lady on hold. Right. And now I said, let me just tell you something. I said, I heard what you said. You said I had a smart ass mouth, and I do. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because I'm here to pick up something that I bought, that I purchased, that is mine. Mm-hmm. And for you to doing all
the neck rolling,
all of that, I'm about to fix your crown. I ain't going to knock it off because you a queen too. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fix it. I'm going to straighten you up, and I'm going to straighten your crown up at the same time. Mm-hmm. So what I told her was, I said, if I would have been white, you have not did all that. You too comfortable. This is your job, your profession, not me. So if I want to get out of pocket and get an attitude,
you can.
I can, but you shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Not that you can't, but you shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, I'm the patient. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? Okay. So she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. When you come back Monday,
now you want
I'll
to
have
apologize.
something for you. Now you trying to bribe me?
No.
I don't want your job. Mm-hmm. I just want to tell you, woman to woman, sister to sister, you don't talk to no patient or another black woman like that.
Right.
That's right.
Regardless if I got out of pocket. Got out of pocket because you like, you stupid. The doctor not here. If I was white, I'm telling y'all, she would have been like,
she would have been fired.
Oh, Mrs.
Because they would have came for her job.
Oh yeah, Mrs. If I had been white, Mrs. Cortez, we normally like for the doctor to be here.
You got a whole story.
Can we just make an appointment for you? So when the doctor's here, you would have not. She goes, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. So I believe in when we're doing it, check each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Check each other, fix out each other's crowns, straighten that shit up a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Straighten it up and let them know.
That's right. Because you know what we do?
We don't spill tea. Mm-hmm. What we do? We plant seeds and whack weeds
all day long,
like Ghostbusters. That's what it looked like, right? Like Ghostbusters. So, have y'all ever had a similar story?
Yep. When I was, I'd say my first big girl job, it was an insurance company, and I mean, this is my first full-time job, and I feel like when it's your first full-time job and you're trying to do something, you just don't really, you're not as straightforward anyways because you're young.
Yeah, young.
This is a new industry. Yeah. Your boss is different than what it was when you worked at Friday.
Yeah,
what I mean? It's just a different environment. And I had a manager, and she was a darker skinned woman. She was older. And I used to feel like she was so unapproachable. Mm-hmm. Maybe not really rude, but sometimes rude. Just, even in the emails.
Comfortable.
I would hate to have to ask her a question. Mm-hmm. I would hate to have to ask for time off. Mm-hmm. I would hate to ask for anything. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point where I spoke to her boss, and I was really close with her boss. And it was funny because I used to sit right across from the VP. Like she used to sit right right there. And she was a white lady, and I loved her, and she loved me. And then it was the other VP, the AVP, and I loved her. She was a black woman. So I just used to always talk to them like, hey, like they're touchable. Right. Yeah. So I go and I'm talking to the AVP, and I'm like, I just really feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm not telling you this to get her in trouble. I want you to help me communicate.
Right.
So we can have a better relationship. So she said, just talk to her, da-da-da-da. And I tried to. And she said to me, I promise you, she was like, do you just want another manager?
Wow.
You know what?
They didn't even want to like talk it out.
Like it just, it wasn't, there was no talking it out. And let me tell you, she had, it was a floor full of everybody, full of cubicles, and then we have a whole Spanish team. And even though the Spanish team is a part of everybody else, they have their own manager because they're Spanish.
They're Spanish.
She was sweet to them, honey. She loved them. Ooh. She loved them Spanish people. I've never seen her be rude to nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the difference. So, when she did that, there was no more, there's no more fixing any crowns at this point, because you don't even want to communicate with me.
Right.
So, what ended up happening is they ended up giving me another manager. Shout out to Maggie, okay? She held it down. I'm officially Puerto Rican because of Maggie. Like,
you honorary?
Honorary. Okay. Like, I'm trying to tell you, she, like, when I got pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was sick all 9 months, and I worked all the way until the end, and Maggie, Maggie would just take care of me. She would bring me food, y'all. She would go walk. If I got mad, she just kind of like helped, and so did the AVP, but I just felt like I didn't want to be pregnant under this manager.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, Maggie keeps my baby. To this day. And she still works there. Right. But I don't work there anymore. But she was so good to me as a manager. You know what I mean? She was so good.
That the black woman couldn't
embrace you. She didn't embrace you at all.
And I don't. She's Caribbean, so I don't know if it had anything to do with that. But that's not, because my really good friend, she's Haitian. That's my dog, Tasha. Which they're not. She's not rude to me. I could never understand. It almost used to like piss me off. Like,
and it could have been an issue she had within herself.
We went to the same church too.
It could have been an issue she had with herself. You being a lighter skinned black girl.
She went to my church and loved my grandma.
Those are the worst.
How that work? How that work?
Have you ever had the issue?
Yes, I did. I did. It was a sister. She was my administrator. And prior to meeting her, I had a Caucasian administrator. We was like this. Like the sweetest person. I don't know if she wear the hood at home. Right. But she was nice to me. Yeah. But when they changed and did this merging, they gave me this sister. A young sister. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you don't do well with
I said to my sister, she's gonna fire me. I did. And she ended up firing me.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. Because it was intimidation. I was, like I said, I was a case manager. When I had my caseload, if my patient, my customer, my client was in the hospital, I go to the hospital to see them. Yeah, I'm in your life for 3 years. I come in your home and stuff like that. Right. So I was like going to the hospital to see you is nothing, Right. Or if they passed, I would go to the funeral.
So she thought,
I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, the case managers hated me and everything. You're doing too much, Sharon. What do you mean? Right. We're in these people's lives.
That's true.
To provide a service. So me going to the hospital or to the funeral, they let us in their homes.
Right.
And so when she fired me, she literally took my stuff out of the office and put it by my car.
Wow.
No.
Yes, she did. In Conyers, right on Klondike Road.
What?
Source Care Management. And I was like, wow. And the thing is, because I was secure with me, I didn't cry because I'm a big crybaby. I didn't cry. I got in my car. I was like, okay, now it's time to start your own business. You know what? Now it's time. That's how I met her, because I was her maid, but now I'm okay. But the thing is, some people, even you gardeners, your time to start your business is now. You're on a job that they treat you like garbage, and you keep on from paycheck to paycheck. I literally had to have my paycheck taken from me because I was like, no, let me just wait. Next check, no. And I'm telling you, I drove home. I didn't cry. I didn't know when the next check was coming. I was like, I got a car note. I got rent. What the? Nope.
Wow.
I just said, okay, it's going to be done. And I just did it. I put it in God's hands, and he just opened the door. And now here we are.
And you ever notice is that they don't like you when you set a standard. Set a standard. Yep. This is the thing. Yep. What you were doing was not too much. They just didn't want to do it.
You were making them
uniformity. We need uniformity. And if we're all not doing this, then the one who is, she gotta go. Because I don't want to go to the hospital and see these people. That's some extra shit she doing. You know? So it's kind of like you look back and it's like, stand on your loyals, you know? Because I'm not gonna say I was the best employee, but I know for a fact that if I cared enough to speak to you about it without going to HR, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted you. I just wanted you to be more with better communication. And
this sister had a hard time communicating. Very hard. We won, like, the years I was there, the year she was there with me, we won the best office statewide.
Oh, wow.
And when they would read the comments, my name is something else, but Sistah Shay, it was like always the comments, Sistah Shay. And she was looking at me like, oh.
So it probably was, she felt like you could have took her position.
But I really didn't want that. I was like, no, I like case management because you
Monday wanted to stay in your lane.
Right. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm out in the street. I loved it. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm in the office. So I was like, okay. But I can honestly say working with them was the worst experience of my life. Wow. And I never, after I left there, I never wanted to work with Black people again. Oh, never.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to where you're like, I can't do this.
That's right.
You know, and us being from New York, you know what I'm saying, and Lady D too, and you from Jersey, it is a melting pot.
Yes.
When you are here in Atlanta, it's the Black Hollywood.
That's true.
You know, like even when I came to school, I was like, wow, I was just around just Black kids, and I liked it, I loved it, but it was different from up north. It was different from New York.
That's true.
You know, but you know, like I said earlier, we have to do better on how we speak to each other as women.
That's true.
You know, any age, you know what I mean? And we got to do better, you know, with, you know, I don't hear this too much, but like I touched on it earlier, like I used to with the good hair thing. I was told growing up, oh, you have good hair. You have good hair.
Me too,
you know what I mean? And I didn't understand it because I used to see Black girls that had a coarser texture. They had growing hair. Healthy hair, long hair, you know what I mean? But it was put in their minds that even though they had hair and it was long and healthy, that theirs was bad.
Right.
And that's just what I wasn't going to do to my daughter.
Right.
No matter what kind of hair she came out with. She just happened to come out with mine. But, you know, and especially with her complexion. Back to what I was saying about that, you know, I used to get into it with family members, you know, as if I was wrong for only buying Black dolls. I wanted her, when she looked in the mirror, she knew she was beautiful. You got to wait or be validated by nobody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you get that at home,
that's right,
then you are prepared when you go out there
in the real world. Yes.
You know, like I had a friend that has a little girl, and her little girl has coarse hair, like really coarse hair, you know, and it like, what is it? What do they call it now? 4C type hair. I think that's it. Where's the coarser hair? So anyway,
I learned something.
Yeah, she has coarse hair. If you was to pull it out, it has length. But it shrivels right up, you know. And her father, you know, was telling her, the baby's father was telling the mom, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't know what you're doing with her hair. You know, I'm going to take her from you. You know what I'm saying? Why my baby hair ain't growing? Why my baby... I said, you need to tell that nigga this is genetics. Right. This is what you gave her. You know what I'm doing. or not doing. You know, I'm washing her hair every week.
Why don't you come do it?
Yeah,
That's right.
You know, like this is what you gave her and what I gave her. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why my baby don't have good hair. She her father has put this in this baby's head
Right.
that when she goes to school with other girls or Spanish girls, she's all in their hair. She's
like a
playing in
Barbie.
their hair. I want my hair like such and such.
wow.
I want my hair down.
See, that's how it starts.
That's where it starts. And I told her, what you tell her is, right, you know what, baby? You're too young right now to have your hair down. You're too young. You're only, 5, 6 years old. When you get older, mommy will straighten it. Right now, you're too young. But don't make them feel bad when they come home and you say, well, no, you don't have hair like that. You don't have good hair.
Right.
So then that puts a complex in her head that her hair is bad.
That's right.
We got to cut that shit out.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
And I like that, what I'm saying, like now black women are wearing their hair. We wear a little wig sometimes, but under that wig is natural hair.
Everything is
And
protective styles.
it's protective styles, exactly. Like the creamy crack era is gone.
That's right.
With the
That's
perm,
right.
they sales went down so bad, and
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
That's good for them.
Because it's chemical.
And then
It's
they were
poison.
damaging our hair,
That's
our
right.
brain, and all
Yeah.
that stuff,
And the thing is, when your hair is natural, it grows better. It grows better, longer, faster. Like what a lot of people don't know, black people, our hair grows in a circle. So it takes our hair like a whirlpool. So it got to go around, right? White people hair or softer or looser, it grows straight. That's why a white girl could cut their hair and
right
6
back.
months later, their hair down their back because their hair grows straight out. But they have oily hair, which causes lice and all kind of, is it lice that they get?
Yeah, lice.
Lice.
Yeah.
With the bugs in their hair and stuff. They have to wash their hair every day. You can't tell me we ain't the chosen people. We ain't got to go through that stuff.
We don't.
Yep.
We ain't got to go through that.
That's
We
right.
don't go through that.
Everything is colorism is being played out like in the media. So you have Evelyn Lozado
And OG.
and OG.
That's right.
So, everybody is saying that Evelyn is a colorist.
Right.
And I think Evelyn screaming out, "You ugly, you ugly."
You a gorilla, called a gorilla on.
I didn't hear that part.
No,
but
she didn't call her, but she put a emoji
picture
of a gorilla as if that was
she was a
OG.
monkey.
Yeah.
And then
And OG is African.
yes. So, what do you think?
I think it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up. I look at both of them as black women. That's number one.
First off, yes.
First off,
both of them are black.
they're both
to
black
me.
women. To me too.
Okay.
She's
Yes.
Afro Latina, just like me. What I don't think Evelyn is racist. I don't.
By far.
I
But
don't think
what
she's
she
racist.
is an elitist.
Yes.
And
She is a I'm better than you.
right.
Yes.
And you got to understand if you started watching Basketball Wives, we're talking about the show Basketball Wives with Shawnee O'Neal. If you started watching it when it first came out, I believe Evelyn is the original.
The original.
She's
the original OG.
Yeah, she's the
OG
original.
of the show.
For real.
And she's one that everybody wants to have in their corner. They want to impress. They kiss. I don't know. She's boring to me. But
me too.
yeah, like what I'm saying. They want her in their corner. They want to please her. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think she's racist, but I do think she's an elitist. And what elitist is basically, when people say, well, I'm the elite, I have a sister-in-law, what I'm saying, that thinks she's the elite. You know what I mean? But you a drunk.
Wow.
You a drunk. Okay? You ain't better than me. You ain't better than my kids. She's a drunk. All right? So anyhow, that's an elitist that think a certain group of people that think they're up here and everybody else is down there. And then when you have an elitist mentality of, I'm lighter skinned and how dare you, dark skinned girl, talk to me with authority. How dare you speak to me that way? You know what I mean? And that's where it comes a thin line of, is she racist? Or she an elitist? She's an elitist. Like, how dare you talk to me like that? You talking back to me?
Right.
You don't know your place.
Yeah, but see now,
That's how it
She's a
come
bully,
off.
really.
That's how
she's
it
a
come
bully.
off.
yeah.
Because she's done
But
that
I don't have a
every
problem with
season.
her saying nigga. Sorry, I don't. She's Afro-Latina just like me. So if she
I don't
can't
have
say
a
yeah,
problem
I guess
either.
I can't either, huh? No, sorry. I can. I can and I will.
No, you're in timeout.
I can and I will. I can and I will. I can and I will.
I mean, there's been several seasons where Evelyn has kind of like, I'm better than you.
Yes.
I can't think of the girl's name. I used to love her. She almost beat her up. That she was real little and skinny. I cannot think of her name. She was somebody's baby mama. He won't let her be on the show no more.
Oh,
She was the dancer. Royce was trying to give it to her, but she was always better than Royce.
Yeah.
She was better than Royce. She's better than Jennifer.
The
Now
same woman
it's
that-
OG.
the same woman that jump on tables,
Same one.
go drinks, and fight. You're better now. All of a sudden, you're a butt. You're scared of OG because OG will whoop that ass. So all of a sudden, you're scared. You're scared of it.
OG,
You the one that be jumping on tables fighting.
This. OG is aggressive.
Okay.
That's what they say.
So what was
That's
she?
that football coming out of her.
Yeah,
Right.
She
So what was she then when she was?
She wasn't
doing all
as
that?
aggressive because she didn't say she was gonna break her jaw. OG was coming for next. Okay,
She was coming for her.
I'm just
Whoop her
saying.
ass, OG. Just do it.
OG, don't whoop her ass because you got money. You don't need
not
that.
worth
In
it.
the dark. Whoop it in the dark.
In the dark, yeah.
I'm tired.
But now, didn't OG see her husband, or wasn't it something like?
Lord.
Okay, what?
Chad
Chad,
Ochocinco
just go.
slid in her DMs, but it didn't really
Wow.
go nowhere.
Before, no, it happened during the time he was with Evelyn.
Yeah, and
Yeah, during
They
the
weren't-
time they were engaged, or I don't know if they
Yeah.
were married, but don't quote me on it. But
Yeah.
basically, OG was called ugly by Evelyn. Like, you ugly. Look at you. You ugly. You ugly. So she was like, oh, I'm ugly. Well, your
But your
man
man-
didn't think so.
right.
Well, your man didn't
They
think I was
messed it.
ugly. I'm so ugly. Okay, here go the proof.
Oh, so that's why she hate her. Really?
Yeah,
That's one of the
probably.
reasons.
But you know
Yeah.
what? But that came out later. But you know what? The whole basketball franchise, like
I'm
Basketball
tired.
Wives,
I've been done
or
with it.
even like Mona Scott Young, all
I'm
these
done.
franchises
I'm
are
done.
black women pitted up against each
Yep.
other.
Yes.
The funny thing is that none of this stuff be real.
Right.
Producers go and whisper in this
Yep.
person's ear and
I've seen it.
do it this way. Sometimes arguments is shot 2 and 3 times. And the
Arguments.
sad part
Yep.
is they may be friends. So it's just like the whole industry. I hate reality TV,
Let me
y'all.
tell you what show that I like, and I don't know if y'all are up on it. That shows black women in a good light, just like how we are. We could talk. You know, we don't have to agree on everything. There's a show called Ready to Love on the OWN network. Right? It's about a group of black men and women that are looking for love. They are really looking for love.
That's with
Nephew
Nephew Tommy, right?
Yes,
Yes, Nephew
with
Tommy
Nephew
show.
Tommy. I love that show.
Okay.
Season 1, it just showed how black women could be not against each other, but in a way competing with each other for a particular guy. But they did it with such class
Wow.
Yeah.
and love. Like, we may be interested in the same guy, but I'm not going to knock you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was no bickering. It was no fighting, arguing over a guy at all. Like, when a woman saw, when one woman, particularly, it was a couple of them, but when they saw that the guy was interested more in the other female that they were competing with, they just
They
let it
backed
go.
off.
They was like, you know what? I can't come between that. That's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna fall back, sis. You got it. Good luck to y'all. Classy.
Right.
Instead of
Classy.
fighting over
Instead
him.
of
fighting over him.
instead of fighting over it. Like, another thing they don't, they show black women in a bad light. Mona Scott.
She does it repeatedly.
Who else? We just talked about. Oh, Shawnee
Shawnee
O'Neal.
O'Neal.
But white women be on here acting up too.
Hello.
A plum.
They be acting up, fighting, throwing
Housewives.
drinks.
Wow. Oh my God.
But they never get any ridicule.
But you know,
It's
they
like-
don't get none.
Right, it's
Yeah,
like
they don't get nothing.
you
They don't
never
get the
even
heat
hear.
like we get it.
I mean, I don't watch them shows anyways.
Me
But
either.
even if I did,
Never.
like,
They don't.
I'm
I
pretty
do.
sure
I do, and
that
they
I wouldn't
don't.
be like, "Oh, Rebecca threw that drink." Like, it's just they just
Yeah.
do
Plenty
whatever they
times.
want.
Plenty
They do
times.
whatever they want.
Yes, they do, but they don't
I
get
don't wanna be Rebecca,
backlash.
though.
Like we're so violent.
Yeah.
We're so, you know
Yeah,
what I
we're
mean.
not.
When they
We're
do
really
the
not.
same thing,
Yeah.
They don't get ridiculed for it. But like I said, y'all go check out that show, Ready to Love. I think it's in season 2 now.
Okay.
1 or 2 episodes are out right now. But it was with such class. Like, I loved it. But Evelyn is suing OG.
For what?
Well, it didn't stand up in court. She
For saying that she was a racist because she lost money
Oh,
and
it's defamation or
endorsements.
something like that.
And endorsements.
it was thrown out.
Okay.
How was that going to stick? You did it.
A waste
This
of
is
damn
a
money and
tweet
time.
or post you put out there.
Right.
You put it out there. Like,
I thought it
how
was
you
a
mad at
restraining
me?
order. I thought she had put a restraining order out on her.
No, she.
And they still on the show though?
Yeah.
It was basically the judge said, "Girl, bye.
Right.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
see y'all.
Oh,
See y'all on TV."
Okay.
Yep.
Hell,
Yep. And a lot of people are saying like cancel. You know, we in that canceling.
yeah, everybody
era.
want to cancel.
Right.
child.
Everybody's gonna cancel. You can't do nothing. Can't say nothing. Can't feel no kind of way. You can't
nothing.
nothing. You lose
Nothing.
money, endorsements, jobs. Stop. Like that's what the First Amendment is for. So we can
Speak
speak our
freely.
mind freely.
That's right.
You know, can't cancel everybody for having an opinion. That's why I feel like this show, this podcast, Eve's Garden, people gonna get the real.
That's right.
Because all these celebrities that have these podcasts, they're not gonna talk as open and freely.
They can't.
Because
They got a paycheck.
They can't. You know what I'm saying? Like T.I. has already crossed over.
Right.
So where now he talks about like politics and the betterment of his people. If he would have had a podcast 10 years ago,
He wouldn't.
he wouldn't be talking as freely. You know what I mean? Because he'd be too scared of losing money. You know what I mean? So Nick Cannon, he has a
another
podcast.
one.
He ain't gonna talk freely. He can't.
He can't.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
can't.
So this where you gonna get it at. Right here. Right here. Raw,
talk about
real. We don't spill tea though. We whack weeds. It means remove the bullshit.
That's right.
And with Evelyn and OG, that's some bullshit.
Straight bullshit. A waste
So
of
what do y'all
damn.
think about the girl Gina, is it Rodriguez? The Puerto Rican chick that's
Puerto Rican chick that said nigga.
Yeah,
I
she
love
said
her.
nigga.
She's Spanish.
Now
I
she
love
black.
her.
She black.
She black.
And that's what a
love
lot
her.
of people don't understand. It's like the Spanish. Listen, the
black.
slave trade went there first before it came to America. The African influence in Dominican Republic, in Cuba, Colombia, Brazil. You know what I mean? Most of these people, you could be lighter skinned Spanish, but you could say you have black features.
Black in you.
It's in there. Now, I feel like she did that for like a publicity. Because she's
might
looking
have.
dead in the camera like,
I feel like she was just naturally singing that song, and that's how
like
she always
it was so
sang it.
obvious. Like nobody just is getting their makeup done, looking in the camera, saying niggas give me heebie-jeebies. Like you know what that was gonna do to you, girl.
Right.
But I don't have a problem with her
Me neither.
saying
She's
it.
black.
Me either.
Black. She's Puerto Rican.
She's Spanish.
Yep.
She's black.
I
It's-
love her.
It's not a problem to me. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to Eve's Garden Podcast and our t-shirts. We don't spill tea. We plant
plant
seeds and whack weeds. That's our motto here. So thank you guys for another roundtable talk. Thank you, ladies, sharing your stories. And
You're welcome.
we probably gonna have to do a part 2.
Always.
So y'all in the comments, let us know. Y'all got particular topics y'all want us to talk about. We'll do it.
We wanna
All
hear
right.
it.
Later. Bye.
Bye.